know what it means to care for another human being, and how to do that, and kind of what the dynamics of that are.
Okay, you did not say this, but this is what I'm pulling out of it. Somebody who truly cares for this being who is you and can hold it well. In other words, the gift that you entrust yourself to that person, they need to be able to, you need to be safe in their hands or in their mouth or in their, presence.
Yeah, as safe as you can be. I mean, human beings are unpredictable. And if you open yourself up to someone, you are risking pain. That's just inevitable, I think. But I think that a mutual relationship where both people care about each other enough that they, desire, their well-being, like each other's well-being, I think that's a good relationship.
I think it was Stephen Covey that came up with this one. But he said the difference between hurt and harm is that when you go to the dentist and they work on your teeth, it hurts.
Yeah.
But they're making you better.
Right.
Whereas somebody punching you in the mouth, that's harming you.
Yeah.
So I think what you're talking about is the difference between hurt and harm. So when you, and again, correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't want to put words in your mouth. If there's a relationship, if somebody hurts you, you want them to hurt you because they love you, because they care about you, because they're telling you the truth and they're trying to hope for the best for you or help you be the better person.
Well, that would be nice. I mean, if that's the kind of hurt that happens. But I think all kinds of hurt happen. And sometimes it's just the other person trying to grow in their own way. And it's not necessarily what's best for you, but it's what's best for them. And letting that hurt be, being open to the possibility of it and not shrinking away from the relationship, I think is part of loving the other person.
That's you being a good friend.
Yeah.
But what's their responsibility in being a good friend to you?
I think if they're a good friend, they pay attention to what their actions are going to do. They're intelligent enough, like emotionally intelligent enough to go like this out together. And we might have a little bit different views, but as long as we're going in the same direction, I think that's what's really important.
For me, it's not so much the same direction as it is, you can have completely different views from me.
Yeah.
But if you can discuss your views with me respectfully, meaning you don't need to bash mine and I don't need to bash yours.
Yeah.
We can agree to disagree, we can agree to see it from a different perspective, we can even be curious about how do you come to that conclusion. Okay, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't need to agree, I don't need to... Life won't work if we all have to agree.
Yeah,
because
no,
we don't.
I understand that, yeah.
We just don't.
Yeah, that's very true.
Even within the political parties right now, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, are we choosing, what are the options? The news is reporting today that the two most hated candidates will probably be the two that in each party, that will probably be the ones that are going to try to be president here. So I don't know, for sure. I mean, time will tell. But how does that make any sense for America? See, we both hate this one the most, and we both hate that one the most. But those are the ones we're going to pick for president.
I don't know how that makes sense. It's like you'd think that it would be the people that. I mean, like Sanders, a lot of people like Sanders.
Oh, exactly.
And it's like, why wouldn't he be the one that would win,
Well, what just happened in New York was that a lot of people who were for him weren't allowed to vote for him because it took, 4 months, 3 months, something like that. You had to register as independent, but it's a certain type of independent in order to be able, or Democrat in order to vote for him, and if you were anything else, you couldn't vote for him. And so he lost a tremendous amount of votes, not because people didn't want him, but because they weren't allowed. Trump's own kids weren't allowed to vote for him in New York because of their party affiliation and the way the system works there.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
Right, and because every state has their own rules, it's a game. It's a tricky game.
Red tape. What's red tape?
What it shows me though is that America's become so polar that we end up with choices we don't even like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't make sense. We're fighting so strong, rather than to understand each other and find a way to work together. Mm-hmm. We become, tug of war to where nobody's going to win.
Yeah.
Ever. So.
Yeah, it's like you say, too polarized. People are being too extreme.
Yep. And not willing to try to negotiate and figure out a win-win. We're just like, no, me, I want it my way. And anyway.
That's a shame.
I'll get violent about it.
Watching what I've heard about, what happens during Christmas, and everybody wants the same gift, and some people get trampled to death for it. It's like, really, guys?
It's appalling, isn't it?
It's just like, oh my god.
I remember thinking, well, I shouldn't bash people who do Black Friday, but I'm like, why would you ever want to be in that? I don't know.
I mean,
Christmas means something totally different to me. I'm like,